Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be listening to me. Yeah, this is my humble opinion concerning the removal of subsidy. It's been about 2 months now since the federal government removed our subsidy. In principle, a month, but practically 2 months. And since then, all of us don't collect woto. We support the movement. It's a good movement. We understand the decision. We are all, in support of it. But it's quite unfortunate. You and I understand the problem of Nigeria. Even unborn children in their heavens, they understand the problem of Nigeria. And the problem is still in place. There are so many irregularities that have been constantly regularized. But in my opinion, if we want things to be good, those irregularities and irregularizations should be regularly irregularized. Since the removal of subsidy, this is 2 months already, and all we are still hearing is we will, we shall, we are doing meetings from one meeting or the other, different boards, boards of what have you. And the federal government has come, to address us, beautiful plans. But my question is this: why wait till this time? After everybody has already collected woto. 2 months already and still counting. Why do we have to let people suffer before intervention? Because it is our mentality. We have this mentality of, we have to suffer for things to be good. It's not easy. It will take a while to rebuild. We have to suffer. It's said in the Bible, this and that. People will be saying all kind of theories. But I put it to you that this is a black man's mentality of solving problems. It didn't take America years. It didn't take them meetings upon meetings before they dished out stimulus and palliatives during lockdown. Immediately the lockdown was announced, that very moment the palliative, was dished out. And that is the way things should be. I'm sure for more than a year, the federal government has been planning on the removal of subsidy, in the light of curbing corruption, which is a good movement. Now, my question is this: the people in that cabinet, the people in those meetings, in that board, where it was deliberated that subsidy should be removed, if there were no people of infinitesimal foresight, nobody was able to raise questions. Such questions as, Mr. President, we understand that you are trying to curb corruption. We are all in support of it. But because of the effect this thing is going to have on these innocent citizens, have the unemployed become employed? Have salaries been increased? What intervention are we going to factor into people's earnings in order to cushion or mitigate this effect on them? But I guess nobody was able to table argument from the viewpoint of the citizens, because you guys are not going to partake in the suffering process. And secondly, because you are scared of being sacked. What if man decides not to sack you and God and nature decides to sack you? Do you know how God sack people? If you have bone marrow cancer, that is nature and God sacking you in disguise. The two programs are supposed to go on pari passu, and you implement the two at once. July 2023, you are implementing the removal of the subsidy. July 2023, you are implementing the interventions that is to be factored into people's earnings to reduce the effect. It is quite possible, super possible, but rather we have to wait, for the removal, and 2 months and still counting. There are still meetings upon meetings upon meetings. I mean, this black man way of creating and solving problem, it's not encouraging, and we have to learn from it. We have to stop it. No one is perfect, and I'm in support of the current administration, but then we shouldn't allow problems that we have envisaged to be established first before looking for solutions. We should be able to plan ahead, but then better late than never. All hands are on deck, and we are expecting, the beautiful announcements to be materialized. We are waiting. I don't want to be negative. We are waiting. So if, let's assume in 6 months or a year time, those promises are actualized, we'll still come back here and thank the federal government. We are going to say it. We are not sentimental. Don't let problem weigh down the people before we start looking for how to solve the problem. No. I personally do not celebrate proposals. I will not congratulate you, at the beginning of your tenure. I will congratulate you at the end of your tenure, when you must have actualized your proposals. That is when you are a man. We are waiting for it to be done. But my message is that don't let it take too long. And next time, we only think that we are targeting the elites. It is the poor that are suffering. The elites have money. They have money. They have cool money. They can buy this fuel at any price. We should have put the poor in mind, as we have put the remover in mind before time. So share it until it gets to those people that needs to hear, so that we begin to think right and do the right thing. Share it until it gets to the right people, and let them hear the truth. I submit.